The nipple play is a thing. I don't know why they like the nipple play here, and I didn't know that was such a thing until...
Hey guys, what's up? Today I am with Corny. Corny, why don't you introduce yourself?
Hello everyone, my name is Cornelia. I'm from the UK and I'm here working as a teacher, an English teacher in Japan. I've been here for 6 years and I also like to make YouTube videos on the side as well.
What, got you interested coming here and not to some other country and become an English teacher there?
That's a good question. I think I always get a little bit embarrassed because I feel a bit like an otaku, like a nerd when I say this, but it was originally manga and anime that drew me to the culture.
For you, like culture-wise, was there something like shocking for you at the beginning? Clothes, or I don't know, speaking, anything?
I think maybe I expected there to be some kind of form of racism. I don't know, I expected more backlash or some, more awkward moments.
Right.
But to be honest, I've been pretty lucky. I don't feel people mind their own business here. So I haven't really felt targeted as such. It's more, there is xenophobia here
All right.
as a foreigner. But as a black person, I don't feel like, I don't feel like there's any racism in regards to who I am, my culture, my race.
In general, dating culture in Japan versus dating culture in different countries that you've traveled to, or the UK.
Yeah. So before I came here, I was actually in Thailand for a year.
All right.
I didn't actually date too much there. I just felt like, because I knew I was going to leave, but I felt the men were a little bit more confident over there to approach you or say that you look beautiful, and they're a bit more, they're charmers. But here, it kind of, people take a longer time to initiate things in person. Online, like talking, it's a whole different ball game. They don't care. I think people are a lot more reserved here, at least with my interactions that I've had.
All right.
I've had guys refuse to have me linked to them or hold my hand because I feel embarrassed. And I'm like, really? Like, we're not kissing on the street. Like, I couldn't understand that one.
Okay.
Sometimes it's inappropriate. Like, I don't want to see it. Well, do I? I don't want to see it, but
even like holding hands, no? Like
I've had people refuse to hold my hand, and they're more like, but maybe that just goes to show, maybe they're just not into me. Because I feel like people who date foreigners, they're already knowing the expectation from a foreign person.
Right.
So it's like they should know that we want to hold hands.
Yes, right.
Maybe we want to peck on the cheek or something like that.
Yep.
So, but yeah, I do feel guys hold back here. They're much more reserved than the UK. Like, guys in the UK do not care.
Okay. I heard like Japanese men, maybe they're like shy in public, but when it comes to private life, they could be like wild. I wonder. Okay. You don't have to answer if you feel like it's too personal, but when it comes to making love.
Yeah.
What do you think of Japanese men as compared to the UK guy?
Men are men.
Right.
Yeah, I think I've had the shocking you're into that? You want that from me?
All right. Okay.
I often talk about the nipple play. The nipple play is a thing. I don't know why they like the nipple play here, and I didn't know that was such a thing until I've been asked to do it, and in public too. I've been asked to do it.
They asked you to do it, or
they want it on them. I know, it's a thing. They absolutely love it.
Online dating. How is it different in Japan versus the UK?
Okay, online dating. I feel like maybe in the UK, it's a little bit harder to tell what they're really going for. It's a little bit harder to read. I don't know, maybe I've been here too long now, or maybe because my dating experience has been a lot more here in Japan than in the UK. I've taken things a lot slower with the guys that I've dated, or given them more of a chance, but here it's been like, no, yes, no, yes, no, kind of like moving. So it's really hard to compare. Maybe guys in the UK I've had very nice dates, gentlemen, but they've just got no substance, or I'm just not interested, but that's just due to character. Here I've met good characters, but they're just not in it for the longer, you're like fetishized, and that's the difference here, is just
what are breakups in Japan like? The reason I'm asking this question is because I know that a lot of time I've heard of this thing ghosting here, where people would just they're very nice to you, whatever, and then suddenly they would disappear.
Yeah.
And I've talked to some friends and they were like, sometimes, a lot of time, because in Japan they don't want like a clash, or they don't like to make a scene out of it, so they will just disappear because they don't want to argue with you or talk about it. what is for you, like in your experience in this breakup, like do men usually, especially Japanese men, they would come out and talk about it, or they just like
poof. I'm out. Yeah, that happens a lot.
okay.
Don't take it personal. I think it is maybe more of a culture thing. It happens everywhere. Like in the UK, that happened not so often, but here it's like notorious. The guys do disappear and ghost you a lot, and it could be just that they're busy. You don't know the reason, but you're like trying to make a conversation or talk, and then they just disappear, don't reply. I have had a very sad experience as well. My first boyfriend, Japanese boyfriend, when I first came here, we were dating for about 2 years, over 2 years. And the reason why we ended for that relationship was because of his parents not accepting me as a foreigner. So that was the first time I'd ever been rejected by someone who's not my partner, and have the family that deeply involved and have an opinion on me without actually fully getting to know me. But so I would be wary if you do choose to date in Japan, date Japanese people. Just make sure that get a feel for what their parents and family are like, because there are a lot of people who are very heavily like involved in their parents' life and vice versa, and they might come to live in the future, and they have to put you in that, have an image of you being within that family, because you will be entwined, right? And
it was just because you were non-Japanese, not that because you are black.
No, I didn't get that feeling at all. Actually, I think they like that I was from the UK for some reason. That kind of, I think maybe they think like we're classy, there's an image in their mind like, oh, you drink tea and the Queen, and oh, darling, you've got money because you're here. Like, where are you getting all this from? So they like that. But when he started to get serious about me, like, I'm thinking about marrying this girl, that's when the shit hit the fan. But before that, they were like, all nice. Fake.
What was your worst dating experience, like when you were like really into an actual relationship and it was bad, like really hurtful or something?
This one guy, right? He was out of order. Do you know what he said to me? He called me fat. He was abusive. It's like it's traumatic because the things that he said to me weren't true, and he was like attacking me physically, and it's like, so why are you even with me? Why are we doing this? Why are we in a relationship?
How long you guys were in?
We were dating for about a couple of months. I think it was like 4 months or something, 3 to 4 months.
In the beginning he was like okay, and then
and then like slow red flags started popping up, and he was like asking me for money and stuff, and then he'd get mad at me because I was like, oh, actually I don't want to lend you money because I'm not comfortable with that right now. Like, I had it, but I was like, why are you asking me so soon in this relationship? Like, it just showed me that he was unstable and like looking to me to depend on me. And his character was awful.
Work culture. I know that when you are married here in Japan, like men, they give priority to their work.
Yes.
I wonder, like for you, like when you are dating guys, are they like who are working? Are they like, you feel like they are more into their work?
I've had that experience before, to the point that I was like, I can't deal with you anymore, because it was like, it was consuming their life, and we didn't have a connection, because everything they were obsessed or talking about or anything that was stressing them out, it was all work involved, and it's like we didn't have a relationship outside of that anymore. So I think it's happened quite a few times where people, it's good to work hard, but not to the extent where you can't really function as a human being or have a relationship.
Well, Courtney, thank you so much for your time today. Thank you so much, guys, for watching this video today. And there might be questions that I missed out and you want to ask her. I put her Instagram and YouTube channel in the description box below for you to directly contact her. And please do not forget to like, share, subscribe, and most importantly, smile.